Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, back again, and this time with a promise delivered my dream 11. I've shot these videos. I think I shot one towards the end of the season, and it was basically focusing on how Mikel Arteta was picking the 11. I think he was really getting it wrong, and I did my dream 11. I did who should be starting for Arsenal last season. In the Daniel Ek takeover saga, I did one how we could line up with Daniel Ek, and the response was good. But in this one, we're gonna actually look at new signings, potential new signings, and the players that I think Arsenal should have targeted in this summer. Some of them are on the list. Some of them are actually not on the list for issues of money and how expensive they are, and so many other things. So thanks everybody for always tuning in. It is my dream 11. Look, some signings might not happen. Some some choices might disappoint you. Like I think I'm dropping Saka. Best player last season. I think I'm dropping him this season. It's gonna be hilarious, and now I'm gonna get a lot of stick for dropping Bukayo Saka. Look, it's not anywhere connected to his performance. I think the player I'm replacing with, I'm replacing him with, is 100 times better than him, and Arsenal would benefit. So please go down, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, get a like on the video. And the question in this one, let me know down in the comments below, who are your dream 11 next season? Like, if Arsenal started the season, what kind of lineup would you want to see? Do you want to see a Ruben Neves? Do you want to see a Jack Grealish? Do you want to see Julian Brandt? Do you want to see Manuel Locatelli somewhere? Who are your dream signings, and what is your dream 11? Look, of course, Javier Bissouma has been on the lips of every Arsenal fan. He's not part of my dream 11. I'm telling you honestly, he's not part of it, and I'm so excited actually to drop this one. Very, very excited. So let's get into it. Right then, lads, here we are finally. Cossy's dream 11 2020 2021 2022 season, and I hope if we get these players, Mikel Arteta selects the 11 that has to start. Right, in goal, I've gone with Andre Onana in goal, and this is not to say I've lost interest in Bernd Leno, but I've lost trust in Leno. I don't know whether the two things are connected, but I think what Mikel Arteta is trying to do, the blueprint, doesn't sit well with Bernd Leno. And I went with Andre Onana as part of my dream 11. The moment Bernd Leno started, a lot of the sagas of Leno leaving in this summer, he doesn't want to commit, he wants to commit. I was like, you know what? We've got to decide. A goalkeeper, that is one of the players that's one of the positions you've got to be very, very secure of. So I went with Andre Onana. Possibly he might not sign for Arsenal. He might go to Lyon because he's apparently agreed personal terms with Lyon. Arsenal did agree personal terms with the player as well, but it seems the battle is now between Arsenal and Lyon. The beauty with Onana, 25 years of age, is a ball playing goalkeeper, very comfortable on the ball, and he's going to have those reflexes that you want. I actually another Emi Martinez, if you would ask me. Andre Onana, Ajax, he would cost us around 9 million euros, or 10 million euros, and for me, he is the player I would go for in goal. Look, if Leno started next season with Onana around, I wouldn't have any problems with it, as long as Leno gives me those top class performances he used to give us at Bayer Leverkusen. But the moment he gives us those performances from last season, I'm absolutely out of it. So Andre Onana is my goalkeeper. I've gone with Max Aarons at right back. I've really considered so many right backs in this scenario before going with Max Aarons. I've looked at the likes of Denzel Dumfries. I looked at the likes of Jeremy Doku, Rido Baku, and so many. And I've decided to go for Max Aarons. I think if you ask me, the beauty with Max Aarons is he's played in the Premier League, he's played in English football, he's English, and he is a modern fullback. The pace at which he tracks back, the pace at which he gets that ball forward is astronomical. brilliant talent. And of course, it would cost us around 30 million euros. I think Norwich would actually set of that. It would be a little bit difficult now. Because they've got money from Emi Buendia, so they could be a little bit proud, but I don't think they could be prouder if money actually came in. So Max Aarons is my right back. If you agree with me, smash a like on the video. If you do not agree with me, let me know who is your right back choice for Arsenal. Do you go with Hector Bellerin, obviously leaving the club? Would you prefer having a player like Doku or Rido Baku or anyone? Just let me know. Of course, the closest player we're linked with at the moment is called Kera, and is playing with PSG in France. That is the closest player we are linked with. In our centre back, I've gone with Ben White and Gabriel. Like I said, Ben White was never part of my of my dream 11, and he's just Arsenal trying to sign Ben White just jeopardized my dream 11. Of course, with Saliba now away and David Luiz, it really seems like Ben White is gonna be the man. But look, my dream person in this one is always William Saliba. It has always been William Saliba. I would have wanted to see Saliba get some time, probably ahead of Rob Holding, and see what exactly is this lad capable of. Is he really capable of playing in the Premier League? Is he overrated? Is he underrated? I would have loved to see Saliba, but now he's completed the move to Marseille, and therefore Ben White switches in for William Saliba in that right centre half role. Gabriel Magalhaes for me is the man that's that comes in at left centre back. Last season he had just arrived in the Premier League, but he did so well. And I'm not really meaning that Pablo Mari actually was bogus. I think Mari was also good. The performances that we saw in Mari, for me, are just enough to justify how good he is and why we need him to stay at the club, apparently. Now, with Gabriel injured for the beginning of the season, it's always going to be Pablo Mari. But the moment he gets well, the moment he recovers, I need to see either Gabriel and Ben White, or either Gabriel and whoever Mikel Arteta will try to choose. So Gabriel is my ideal partner for any right-footed centre half that we're playing, that we're playing next season. Kian Tierney for me, my captain, fantastic, doesn't change. I know this one is an easy one. The rate at which he goes up front, the rate at which he tracks back. I mean, he's one of the fast moving fullbacks in the Premier League. I mean, he says he doesn't have a lot of talent, but if you look at what he does on the ball, you don't need talent then. He might just need to make you feel like players don't need talent, because he's so hardworking. Actually, I think he's the most hardworking player in that Arsenal side. So obviously, Kian Tierney comes in. I've gone with a midfield pivot of two players. I would have played a 4-3-3, but because I'm playing a CAM in this one, I've gone with a midfield pivot of Thomas Partey and Houssem Aouar. So I've gone with two players in the pivot, Houssem Aouar and Thomas Partey. Partey obviously did prove to us last season he needs to get to his feet. He needs to give us those performances that we expect of him as Arsenal fans. This is not to put any pressure that is unnecessary on him, but what I think is, it's time now to act. You have signed 4 years of your contract. The first year has gone to waste. Show us on the second year. Partey, very capable of doing whatever he wants with the ball. Very capable of manning and riding on any midfield in the Premier League. I'm so excited to see him next season. He's got enough rest. I think his injuries have healed as well. I think now he's used to his teammates and used to the style of football in England. I don't expect much problems from him. Of course, Houssem Aouar comes in from Lyon. If only he signed, he comes in from Lyon. And the reason that's why I put Houssem Aouar here is Thomas Partey, with his average position that could be as deep as this. You need someone like Houssem Aouar who has an average position that is at least at this level. So I've decided to go with Houssem Aouar because he scores more goals in the midfield, from the midfield, and he creates more goal scoring opportunities from deeper areas. Houssem Aouar and Thomas Partey, that is my midfield pivot. Nothing more, nothing less. Ruben Neves was never part of my dream 11. He was never part of it. It was always Houssem Aouar and Thomas Partey in that mid pivot role. I put in James Maddison, a new addition. At first it was Emi Buendia, but now it doesn't make any sense for me to include Emi Buendia if he's gone to Aston Villa. He's been unveiled as an Aston Villa player, so there is no, it doesn't make any sense for me to add him into my dream XI. So I put in James Maddison. We want him. We are so obsessed about him. £60 million and above. That would be the price to get him. An absolutely amazing talent, a very good CAM, a very good attacking midfielder. Look, Arsenal will have the best lineup if you have this man as your shot 10 and in your number 10 role. The beauty with Maddison is the same beauty with Houssem Aouar. They score many goals from the midfield, so they could give you around 15 goals in between them scored from the midfield. And of course, they're going to supply a lot of many balls to Aubameyang, many balls to the likes of Lacazette, and you could have more goals and more opportunities, and maybe interesting football as well. It will depend. It will depend if we can actually get them right. Grealish. Right, this is crazy. Grealish. I put in Jack Grealish, on the left hand side of the pitch, and the reason why I put in Jack Grealish in my XI, despite the fact that he's so expensive, 88 to 100 million pounds, Arsenal can't pay that. Many reasons as to why he has to go to Manchester City, obviously, but I put him in. I think our most of our wingers, including Pepe and Saka, have been absolutely brilliant last season, and I think that, there is more that we can actually get from them. But there is a bubble that Grealish adds to a team. There is a sparkle that Grealish adds to a team. A player that has that gets around 2 to 3 shots on goal, 2 to 3 chances created per game, and at least a goal per 3 or 4 games. And it's not a striker. It's just a forward. It makes sense. It only makes sense if we can get Jack Grealish in that area. Jack Grealish for me replaces Saka, and I've gone with Nicola Pepe as my right winger. Pepe for me, this is his season. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Pepe, this is his season. The moment he fails to prove to us that he's worth it, then it's over. Yeah. Then it is all over. So Nicola Pepe for me comes in on that right hand side. The reason I've dropped Pepe, I've dropped Saka, is not courtesy of his performances. Nothing connected. I just think Grealish is ahead of him, and we would get more advantages if Saka doesn't carry the burden that he's carrying at the moment. 19 years of age, there's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of baggage on his shoulders, and I wouldn't want that. So Grealish, Saka on the wing, Grealish, Pepe on the wings, and finally Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now I've seen so many people saying, I'm giving Aubameyang until January, I'm giving Aubameyang until Christmas. Then what? You're giving him Christmas until Christmas, and then what? Sell him during Christmas or January? It's never gonna happen. So for me, all I pray is Aubameyang gets back to his goal scoring form. That is all you want as an Arsenal fan. And with all the creativity that you might get from this midfield, Aubameyang is capable of scoring even more than 30 goals in a season. He's a prolific goal scorer, very good goal poacher. He has the pace, he has the technique, he has the talent, he has the eye for goal and the appetite. Last season, whatever happened, I'm not really well versed about it. But this season, I think it could be your season, son. Go out there and prove to them. That is my dream XI next season. The two players that I think will not join is Max Aarons and Jack Grealish. Maddison is a possibility. Houssem Aouar is a big possibility as well. I think Onana is also a possibility if Arsenal do get the terms agreed with Ajax. My name is Cossy. That is my dream 11. Of course, if we get this to 300 likes, very soon I will be dropping my dream squad, my dream midfield, and many videos. And the reason that's why I'm shooting these videos, I told you already, is we need to get this Arsenal side back to where it's supposed to be. So maybe this is my dream 11. But maybe some of these players do not even qualify for my dream midfield. It's gonna be crazy. And watch out for my dream midfield. Watch out for my dream attack. Watch out for my dream defense. It's gonna surprise you. It will surprise you, because I think in my dream defense, I won't pick Ben White, honestly, and I won't pick Max Aarons. I'd go for something very, very different. Speak to you soon. Catch me live today. I'm still looking at that Arsenal game and trying to see if we should do a watch along. If we don't do it, then we shall get a match review, a match reaction. Honestly, let's see how things will roll out.